US-based media X-rays Tinubu and Chicago State University and Inec. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post our juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. A foreign media based in the United States has beamed a searchlight on the controversial politician Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presumed winner of the 2023 presidential election. The Chicago State University, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, as well as other sundry issues surrounding the 2023 general election. The media, US Africa, noted that some of the international legal issues facing Nigeria embattled and disputed occupant of the presidency, Tinubu, are rearing back to the headlines. In the report, it noted that despite a concerted effort by Tinubu's camp to model the legal inquiry, the salient facts emerging from his claimed alma mater, Chicago State University, the issues keep rearing their ugly heads. It also x-rayed the latest litigation challenges to the credibility and veracity of the certifications, degrees which Tinubu presented as qualifications in quote, and INEC accepted. The body also regretted the errant INEC led by Prof. Yakubu, who evidently hurriedly announced and declared Tinubu as duly elected. The report says further, it is in the light of these events that Nigerians are following the current international court case involving Nigeria's former VP Atiku Abubakar and Chicago State University, CSC, regarding Tinubu's qualification of the February 2023 disputed election. US Africa also regretted the millions of Nigerian voters and are not aware that the Presidential Electoral Petition Court (PEPC) is dealing with 3 petitions in Nigeria and not 2. It wrote, and I quote, "Everybody, especially the media, have not cared to give adequate publicity to the petition of the Allied People's Movement, APM. There was a connection between the cases. The argument has been made that how the court or tribunal rules on the APM petition will be the litmus test of whether Nigeria's judicial wants to contribute to entrenching democracy, the rule of law, fairness and justice in Nigeria, or want to continue on what has become a path of manipulation and alleged purchase and procurement of favorable judgment that have made Nigeria to distrust its judiciary, which was regarded decades ago as Africa's pride." A constitutional lawyer has noted that while Allied People's Movement filed this petition on the 20th day of March 2023, challenging the return of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Tinubu, the petitioner anchored its petition on the non-qualification of the aforementioned Tinubu. The sole ground of a petition filed by the Allied People's Movement is in conformity with the Section 1340A of the Electoral Act 2022. Specifically, the Allied People's Movement contends that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was not qualified as at the time of the presidential 2023 election as a consequence of his violation of the provisions of Section 131C and 142 of the Constitution, as well as Sections 33 and 35 of the Electoral Act 2022. It appears that the Supreme Court has, by its decision in SCCV 501-2023, People's Democratic Party PDP versus Independent National Electoral Commission INEC 83 ORS determined the violation of Section 35 of the Electoral Act, the violation of Section 131C and 142 of the Constitution as percentage yield as Section 33 of the Electoral Act 2022 remain extant. It is worthy of note that the case of the Allied People's Movement as it relates to the extant violation of the Constitution and the Electoral Act is as follows. The All Progressive Congress hitherto sponsored Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kabir Masari as its presidential, and Shetima as its presidential and vice presidential candidate respectively for the February 25th, 2023 presidential election. On the 24th of June 2022, Alhaji Shettima, in an affidavit disposed at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, voluntarily withdrew from the presidential election. Consequently, the All Progressive Congress replaced Kaba Masari with, on the 24th of June, Kaba Masari, in an affidavit disposed at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, voluntarily withdrew from the presidential election. Consequently, the All Progressive Congress purportedly replaced Kaba Masari with Kashim Shettima as its vice presidential candidate on the 14th of July 2022. By Section 3 of the Electoral Act, a political party can only substitute a withdrawn or dead candidate within 14 days of such withdrawal or death. By a simple arithmetic calculation from 24th June 2022, when Kaba Masari withdrew to the 14th day of July 2022, when Kashim Shettima purportedly replaced him, was a period of 3 weeks, that is 21 days, and this is a clear violation of Section 33 of the Electoral Act. The petition of the Allied People's Movement was an undefended petition as it relates to the violation of Section 131C and 142 of the Constitution, as well as Section 33 of the Electoral Act 2022. As the respondent did not call any witness nor contradict the testimony of the petitioner's sole witness. Interestingly, the presidential and vice presidential candidates of the All Progressive Congress admitted that Kaba Masari withdrew from the presidential election on the 24th of June 2022 and was replaced with Kashim Shettima on the 14th of July 2022, a period of 3 weeks. The law is clear to the parties that have the requisite locus standi to present a petition. By virtue of Section 133(17) of the Electoral Act, the Allied People's Movement, being a political party which participated in the presidential election, has the requisite locus to present a petition to challenge the return made by the Independent National Electoral Commission in the last presidential election. Section 133(1)